Well, you're probably wondering where I am. I'm in the backcountry Sedona. I'm off trail deep in Long Canyon up against the base of Secret Mountain. I've climbed this wall that separates Boynton and Long Canyons. And wow, incredible views. And this was all underground. The mountaintops that we see here were actually the forest floor, and actually before that, ocean floor. Yeah, Sedona was oceanfront property back when Earth had its supercontinent Pangea. Verde Valley kind of downshifted and the Colorado Plateau uplifted. The fault lines made it easier for the rain and snowmelt to carve these canyons. You know, it gave it a head start on eroding, creating these canyons and leaving these spectacular buttes and spires. Ocean levels rose and deposited some minerals, especially iron and the rock, and left it buried there for millions of years until the erosion here in Sedona finally revealed the red sandstone. It's called the Schnebly Hill Formation, and when oxygen got to it, it turned it to iron oxide. So what we see here is stained petrified sand dunes, stained from rust, iron. And iron's actually the only metal that can rust. Other metals can oxidize, but iron's the only one that actually truly rusts. That was a fun little detour. But what I really want to climb is the highest point in between these two canyons. This butte doesn't have a name, but I think the elevation's 5846. So basically I'm gonna get to the highest shelf and just kind of traverse around the mountain and try to find a place where it breaks so I can climb. The only other person I know that's climbed this used rope, and said it was harder than a lot of the bigger mountains that we've climbed here in Sedona. So that's a little concerning, but it just means a lot of climbing. Long Canyon is just absolutely stunning. And you wouldn't know it if you stayed to the trail. The trail kind of hides you from all these views. If you stick to the trail, you're only limiting yourself. If you stuck to Long Canyon Trail, you'd be missing out on all these mountains and vistas. I know if you're unfamiliar with the place, probably not smart to go off trail, but if you are, you have to. And if I didn't go off trail, most of these mountains would be unsummited. So I think I found a break in the wall. So let's start climbing. All right, I'm here toward the top of the break, and it looks like I just have this like chimney I need to shimmy up. It's probably about 20-30 meters, basically straight up, but it's the perfect width where I can squeeze my body in and do some friction climbing. All right, here we go. This is the part I think he used rope for, but as long as I keep 3 points of contact, I think I'll be okay. Well, I couldn't make it up that chimney. It got just too steep, and about halfway up there was a bunch of boulders, and if that came loose, it would just knock me all the way down 50 feet. So I climbed back down. Got sketched out by myself. You know, that's the part that my friend was talking about that had rope probably. But I'm about 100 feet from the summit. I'm up pretty high. I'll count that as a success and try not to think about my blue balls from not hitting the summit. Man, I hate getting turned around, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd feel more comfortable if I had rope or someone with me, but otherwise I would have tried it. That's what happens sometimes when you are climbing a mountain you've never climbed before. So right behind me is a great example of the transition from the Schnebly Hill Formation red sandstone to the Coconino. So this is kind of where it's red here, and then kind of fades into the white Coconino right above me. About 5,200 feet, about a mile, is when the sandstone starts to turn yellowish white. And this is cool right here. You can see where the rock's been chipping off, but it's still red. As soon as it chips off, the new iron oxidizes and turns back red pretty quickly. So Sedona's always red, even though it's constantly eroding. So right here, it's great. We have all the rocks in Sedona. We have the infamous red sandstone that Sedona's famous for, the Schnebly Hill Formation. Then we have the Fort Apache limestone. It's about 1 meter thick here. It's usually a little bit more gray and pink, but Fort Apache limestone. Wrap it around, then it continues more Schnebly Hill Formation. And then above that, you can see in the mountains in the distance, we have the red sandstone, and you have the coconino as you get higher. But then when you get even higher than that, you have our limestone band up here. And the limestone layer has lots of fossils. That's actually what made it. All the sea creatures, the snails and trilobites. These agave out here, you want to be very careful. They're everywhere. They're so dangerous. And I just got stabbed by one. I haven't got stabbed in a long time. I've been really good about it, but I think the tip of it broke off in me too. Made it back to where I climbed up this morning out of the canyon. I'm gonna see if I can get down, and got stabbed with an agave and didn't make the summit, so it's not my day. I still feel great. It's a perfect day and I couldn't be happier. Well, it's October 21st in Sedona, and this is the best month to hike as far as weather goes. The high is 75 today. There's not even a breeze. Absolutely beautiful day, and I'm grateful that I can be out here exploring.